Well, good evening and welcome to SuperCars NZ. Welcoming you tonight to what is round one of the Mrx Endurance Cup. The broadcasting lounge this evening with Corey Kitchen. How are we, Corey?
Oh, good, Dougie. Yeah, another Thursday night in the broadcasting lounge with you, my friend. I can't complain. And Mrx Endurance time, Road America. It's going to be a good race.
Sure is. Yeah, the boys have got a bit of a challenge up there tonight. How many laps are they looking at, or is it just a time certain of hour 15?
Time certain, an hour and a half, I believe.
Oh, there we go. Big
Yeah,
one, big one.
90 minutes.
Yep.
90-minute race as per normal. As you see, there's Gary, flagman, going to get ready to drop that flag shortly for these cars to head down to turn one and hopefully all get round.
Oh, it's always exciting looking down the barrel of the beast, isn't it? Here we are, underway.
Looks like 45 starters. How good.
We've got a couple of cars showing us off track out the back there, trying to make their way around each other. Here they go, all piling into turn one.
Oh, look at you, Taylor Mitchell across the grass. Hopefully no contact with that car that's on the inside. Three wide, four wide, very wide. Another lock-up, Taylor Mitchell.
Everyone, oh, there we go, and he set it. Mitchell off in the grass out there in the new liveried Mrx Commodore with the big 37 on the side, and popping out towards the back of the field. And Bruce Tannock still leading over Darren Lobb, and then Hogan Shrimpton. Welcome back to Hogan.
Yeah, she's definitely all on.
So much action, don't know where to watch.
Yeah, I like looking at it after the first lap. We'll see who's made up the most positions. So at the moment, there's a couple of drivers up at 11. We're just over halfway through the first lap, and an hour and a half of racing for your Tuesday night.
Look at them steamroll through there. That section of grass on the outside corner there is going to take an absolute hammering through the session tonight, I imagine.
Yeah, of course. So 1.5 hour race, Dougie, and fuel capacity at 80%, so 88.8 litres of fuel, roughly 5 litres of fuel used per lap. They're going to be looking to get sort of 17, 18 laps out of a tank of fuel.
Yep. So there's going to be a couple of pit stops in there for sure.
Yeah, she's a two-stopper, I feel.
Here we are, just looking down from the Jigsaw racing camera on the back of Leon Ware, who was just making a bit of a run on down de Graaf there in the Simlax entry. But just catching the corner of the grass under brakes, causing a bit of rear instability in the car. Managed to hold on to it and bring it back onto the track. But now he is looking to be under a bit of pressure from Robbie Bradbury, who has also got his hands full with Peter Vandenberg just in behind him. So in the draft here, as the boys come down the middle stretch of the track.
Yeah, I was out in the Discord there before the race, and I said I asked for any of the drivers to give me a prediction. And down to Graff, he is saying he is going to get a top 10. He wants to be in the top 10 tonight. Bill said he'd be last, but then he said he just wants to finish, which is a good attitude to have too.
Well,
currently in 32nd position there.
Yeah, showing 35th there for Bill, but not last.
Yeah, it looks to be 40 starters. So we had a few drivers there on the list that put in a time in practice, but didn't make it to the race.
Got here a bit of screenshot there, the old picture-in-picture action happening there, that's showing our front runners. Just focused on Darren Lobb there, who's chasing Bruce Tannock around the track while we look out across the nose here currently of Peter Vandenberg in 9th spot, looking at a pretty cool action pack in front of him. We'll have a bit of a jump down because there's also some more cars that are pretty closely packed together. We'll jump onto the nose of Shane White here and look at these cool cars. He's got Eamon Young in front of him, then teammate from PSR, Dane Northworth in front of him. Here we go. Oh, Shane just getting bullied a wee bit out of the way there by Michael van der Haas. Sorry, by Adrian Zell now, Michael van der Haas. Shane just trying to get into a bit of a rhythm. He's now sitting back where he qualified in position 20, so no ups, no downs for him.
We've had a lap, Dougie, and Derek Lovegrove up 16 spots. Yeah, Nolan, sorry, up 16 spots. No, he's up 14. No, it's moved back to 18. I don't even know. SDK's going a bit nuts for me.
Yeah, there's people changing positions all left, right and centre as we look at what's all happening here at the moment. I'm always going to try and find a replay of that because we had, I think, Derek Lovegrove and Chris Uppersuch both go off the track, followed each other off, and allowed a whole bunch of other people to get on by them. This was this moment here. Drag race battle down into the braking zone, and these guys just didn't quite appreciate how close to the breaking point they needed to be, and that's probably about as close as to not getting it completely wrong. For Chris Uppersuch is what you'd like to see. He used all of the braking potential, including all the grass runoff there, and only just scuffed up against the wall, hopefully walking away with no damage.
Yeah, I just wonder whether the other car that was involved there, their rejoin might have been painted one of those Misfits cars as well. We've got live race control thanks to Mrx tonight, Nick Mitchell and our very own Mr. Plough. Mr. Plough looking out for other ploughers this evening.
Yes.
And there could be a random safety car. We have no idea when it'll be, but the Mrx safety car will be out on track, and you'll get to play that video, Doug.
I will. It's this one. I love it. I love it. Anyway, we might get a chance to see a bit more of the safety car at some point in time. Just on board here looking at, we are with Luke Allman, as he just lost a position to Aaron Goodrick there. I've got massive data of people crashing just coming up on my page here of Dane Northworth, Stefan Adams, Michael van der Haas, and then Dane towing to the pits. Let's have a quick squiz at that while I get you to keep an eye on probably just exactly where you are, unless you want to have a look at position 5 and 6 between Jason and Leon.
Huh?
And let's have a look and see what happened here. So, just having a quick look back. This is Dane actually making a pass on Stefan Adams. Oh,
he's not
okay.
good. Oh, so Stefan was reasonably lucky to get out of there, just with that little minimal of damage there, but obviously Dane having to toe the pitch, that's very unlucky.
That is very unfortunate, and yeah, Michael van der Haas caught up in that action there too. So Very unlucky indeed.
Yeah, unlucky use.
But yeah, the battles still continue around the place. We've got a couple of people tuned in to watch, and a couple of people saying hello. Yes, and obviously yes, hello again to you all. We had started off and restarted the stream because we weren't going out to all our channels. So hopefully all sorted now, and people just going to enjoy the first round of the Mrx Enduro Cup. Obviously this is brought to you by Mrx Race Sims, and just a quick one there from Mrx is they're doing for the month of November, which is not too far away, so I'm sure if you're looking at getting into wanting to buy anything now, Nick will probably honour it, but for the month of November at least, 10% off all aluminium products from Mrx.
Good. And that's a lot of aluminum.
It's the most amounts of aluminum that you can get.
I can't even say aluminium, I'm just going to stick with that.
What did you say?
The English version, aluminium.
Aluminum.
Alloy.
Some. I've actually got some of his aluminum underneath my backside here. I'm the proud owner of a Mrx Race Sim, so I'm a little bit biased towards them, and I have you to be very grateful for advertising that on the old Facebook's marketplaces. It was one that used to be sitting there with the old racing sims department when you were working with them a while back.
Yeah, no, so you're one of a couple of people that I sold some Mrx gear to, and had nothing but happy customers. Yeah, no, we're looking. Luke Allman, a little bit of pressure there on Aaron Goodrick. We're looking back from picture in picture, looking back out of Goodrick's car towards Allman. And Luke Allman has been impressive since making the jump up to Div 1 as well. And another one we give a bit of a shout out to Jono Gibson, not too far behind him too in 13. We see Luke getting up beside Aaron here down the straight into the braking zone. He's going to have the inside.
And he's pulled it up nicely, a bit of a crisscross there from Aaron. Has he got enough up alongside him to maintain ownership for the next corner? Not quite enough. Aaron just giving him just enough room in case there was a wee bit of overlap that he wasn't sure of. But overall, great racing from both those yellowed-eyed demon Commodores here.
Yeah, these two battling hard has also brought Tony Lynch up onto the back of them as well. Johnny Gibson not too far behind him.
Indeed. What we'll do, I'm going to have a wee squizzy here at our front runners and see where people's are at. So we are still having a really cool battle pack here at the front with Bruce Tannock obviously qualified P1. Darren Lobb still in his spot of second place there. And Hogan Shrimpton just sitting on the back of this gang here in third spot. And I actually haven't seen much of Hogan racing recently, but it's still good to see that he can come out for these events and get amongst it with the big boys.
Yeah, of course, all in Enduro Cup time, so both divisions of drivers are out there sharing the track together. Well, we're hoping we're sharing anyway. Just a bit of side-by-side action here. Not giving the position up yet. Down's having a fight for every inch of that track.
It was indeed, and he still hasn't quite got command of it yet. Really close, tight line there through that, but we'll see Jason pull into the draft here behind Dion, as Dion already counter moves into the defensive line, coming down into what will be turn 5. So see the car shoot off background. So just a nice onboard view there from Corey from Jason Cossey's version of events, as we see how much pressure he is putting onto the back of Dion de Graaf. Now, did you make a wee mention about what's happening with the Broadcasting Lounge's sponsor of Napa Auto Parts there earlier, Shane? Sorry, Corey.
Corio.
Corio?
Yes, I have not mentioned that yet, but yeah, Napa. We've seen a reel pop up from them today, and got the word from our man and Napa Sydenham, who was our sponsor, and for every $100 spent on Navara and projector lights and all those sorts of parts. So I'm guessing there'll be, your light fittings and all those little bits that you can buy from
light
Napa.
bars and accessories.
Yeah, so
$100.
For every $100 you spend, you get one entry in the draw to win a Mrx simulator. So, and as far as we know, that's open to New Zealand and Australia.
Yeah, very good. That'll be a heck of a thing. So yeah, get in touch with Napa Auto Parts around New Zealand. Give them the old tickle under the chin and wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Jab them in the elbow with your ribs, or your elbow into their ribs, kind of thing. And say, hey, I hear if I spend some dollars, there's a chance that I could go and do online racing on iRacing.com with the boys at SuperCars NZ.
Yeah, of course, Napa are our weekly sponsor this week, so thank you very much, Napa. We love you, we love your support. And yeah, so if you're in the Christchurch area, get on down to Napa Sydenham. Or it might be Hornby.
No, Sydenham.
Sydenham. Yeah. Yes, so yeah, get amongst it, get in there. Lots of sweet deals. If you want some Bathurst merch, they can give you that. Chili bins. Yeah, there's so much cool stuff. Even if you don't want car parts, there's something for you. I got Dan Nolan up 24 spots. How about you?
Yep, I'm looking at that one as well. So I was having a bit of a look and see who else was having a bit of fun time, and just saw that Jono Gibson here was sort of stuck in between Leon Weir and Tony Lynch. So two drivers who are very, very rapid, and Jono doing a mighty fine job of doing his laps there at the moment. Currently up 5 spots from where he started, so yeah, doing pretty good. But let's have a looky, because you made a mention on him. Dan Nolan, Team Jigsaw Racing, with the Cheers Mrx, and also updating his profile photo picture there to the Mrx logo. It's one thing that I've always found quite cool about Dan. He's always been one to acknowledge the acknowledgers, or the acknowledgees, whichever way round. He just does a lot of acknowledging, head nodding at the right people at the right time, and often that comes through as who our weekly sponsors are, who our main sponsors are, who his sponsors are. Sometimes there's a bit of a poke at Sean or Leon, which is always good. And
yeah, well, no Steve Darren tonight. He's on holiday again.
Again.
Yeah.
The boys.
Yes, some lovely pictures of him and his family in Fiji. A bit jealous, I must say.
Yes.
Hope you're having a good time, Steve.
If you catch me yawning, folks, I do apologise. I've just come off the end of having a night shift over the weekend, and I'm about to walk into another 3 lots of early morning starts from tomorrow, so the body's all a bit discombobulated, but I'm enjoying what is essentially my Sunday evening here with a wee apple cider in hand, and trying to do my best to give you the best views of the racing that's happening out there at the moment with the Mrx Enduro Cup. And I've gone and highlighted Mr. Zupsich here, old Christopher, because Dig Daddy Racing said, come on, Chris is up, needs to get back up there. So yeah, hurry up, Chris.
Yeah, he's back there. He's got his teammate Nathan Cadman just in behind him as well. So yeah, a little bit of teamwork from them, bit of towing action, and try and put some work on the AJ out of the AJR.
What I can do is I can have a bit of a look and see why Chris is where he is. Lap 3 had an off-track moment. It looks like he bled quite a few positions there, so we'll bring that up as a replay for you guys there. Might paint a bit of a picture as to why he's currently down 10 spots from where he started. Stand by. Yeah, so this is this moment where we were trying to depack that one before, so again, lucky, I think, very, very lucky to have not taken on much more damage than what it could have been there, and getting back into the cycle of things. So he was quite a bit further down than that where he was before. He is making his way back up through some numbers. I can't confirm that from where he was earlier. And in that brief wee spell when we were away from him, a few boys have gone into the pits to take some pit stops, so he's now up into 19th spot, down 8 from where he started. Currently following Andrew Johnston here. AJR Racing. This man is all about the apple pie. He loves it.
Yeah, the A and the J out of AJR.
He is. What's the R stand for?
Really nice apple pie.
That's it. Glad we're on the same page.
Yeah. Oh well, we've still got. I think we still have about 36 cars out there.
Yeah, there's still a few circulating. A couple sitting in the pits with some slightly longer times up there, so we'll let that one play out at the minute. But yeah, I just had a look here. Leon came out of the pit lane. Michael van der Haas wasn't too far behind him, but he's just a wee bit off the back of this group ahead of him. There's old Chris Zalewski, Racecrafts NZ. You've got the lovely Purple Beast out there tonight.
Facing Cossie down the lane, so he's our third of our drivers to take the pit stop. So no compulsory pit stop tonight, but obviously fuel limit, so they'll need to get some gas. How's the strategy going to look? Is it going to be 3 stops, 2 stops? Are you going to try and do it in one and save fuel? Are you that good? Well, that's what it's all about, endurance racing, isn't it?
Yep. See what's happened here with the battle that was unfolding between Aaron Goodrick and Luke Holman before. It's now invited a third player into the game by the name of Rodney Bradbury, and he's been one to upset that model and get round both those drivers, while Aaron and Luke are still left to duke it out, and they do so full side-by-side action.
Sorry folks, the camera's playing up on me.
Let's have a look down here. We've got some off-track action, diving, passing, racing going on. There's Roger Forbert passing Nathan Cadman with a bit of a hop skip over the grass. Let's have a quick look at that one, because this was a bit of a thing. This is a replay on the main screen image, live image still down the bottom with the picture-in-picture. Actually, not too bad. So Roger bringing himself now up onto the back of the battle with Chris Upsich and Andrew Johnstone just in front of him. Once again off the nose of Roger. exploring some different lines and finding out where he might be able to slink on by. He could be making a very calculated move into the final corner here. Try and get the best run out with a run on these guys, as they've got enough to lock on the draft. So we'll see Peter Vanderberg and Dion de Graaf battling it out there in the small screen. Oh, a bit of a brake check. I think he was.
Looks like Roger's managed to get the job done there, has he? Can't see beside him. He has.
He has. For some reason I was expecting that to change itself, but I'm still driving the cameras. Wake up, Doug.
Excuse me for a second there, Doug.
No problem, mate. Just while Corey's away, we'll just take a chance. I'll put the old picture away for a moment, and let's have a look at some of our other boys. Currently in 10th spot, Tony Lynch there in the Diesel D Services. Commodore, 10th spot, looking nice. Evan Young, same sponsor there, and he's currently up 12 positions to be sitting there in 11th. So Adrian Seal sitting there, P12, and he is up 3 spots. We have Dan Nolan up a whopping 27 grid spots there. 27. Mighty fine job indeed from Mr. Dan Nolan. Phil Whiting, aka Mullet. He's being followed by the 611 of Shane Fitte. Old Shane. Grub Bistro, the meat man. Up 12 spots there, currently sitting in 15th.
That the dog was choking on something.
Oh, no good.
Yeah, she's been eating grass.
Great side-by-side battle taking place there at the moment with Phil and Shane.
Yeah, well, nothing like racing with your teammate, eh? Hoping you don't hit them and they head off into the wall.
That's it.
And there's quite a few passion cars out there now, isn't there? They seem to be multiplying by the 3s and 4s.
There certainly is. They certainly have pulled this team here into line, who seem to be spreading a little bit like the toxic waste green colour that it's got going on. Misfits entry. I believe you're still looking at
Peter.
At Peter. He has not long come out of the pits, so he's sitting down there in 27th spot currently, after sitting in the pit lane for 25 seconds. So all of our drivers so far from position 25 down to what I can only assume is about position 37 have all stopped. Those are the guys who have stopped so far. And
Leo Duncan down the lane.
Yeah, in that pack there's a couple of pretty quick drivers. There's obviously Jason Crossan, there's Leon Weir, PBDB, and Mr. Vanderberg himself. Jeff Horgan, certainly no slouches in that group. Jono's in there as well. Michael Vanderhaas is in there too. You've got Taylor Mitchell after his early... Oh gosh, that's...
It's just hanging in there, isn't it, that bumper? See, maybe he's going to go for a tow here. He had a hit, has he?
Yeah, I reckon he's done a motor there. Let's have a look at this moment here. Sorry, that. Oh, Speedway Styles.
Oh, that's a good hit. It's buckled that front right wheel, and the bumper reattaches and then does its wibbly wobbly thing.
Yeah, that's that's certainly one way to get yourself back to pit lane for a second stop this evening, Taylor, and potentially has fully departed for the evening. Oh, so our peoples towards the front have come in for a pit stop. Bruce Tannock and Hogan Shrimpton both going in this time round. Dion DeGrasse come in along with Luke Allman, Tony Lynch and Eamon Young.
Yeah, 6 cars down the lane. 7 make it. Got Bruce Tannock, Hogan Shrimpton, Dion DeGrasse, Luke Allman, Tony Lynch, Eamon Young and Dan Nolan. Busy place, pit lane at the moment. Meanwhile, Darren Lobb has stayed out, so he's now taken over the lead of the race.
Yeah.
Aaron Goodrick in second.
Long stop there from Bruce. He was 30.78 of a second coming out, and just behind him was Hogan Shrimpton with a 29.77 stop. So I don't know if he just reacted to watching Bruce drop and decided it was worthwhile dropping around the same time to try and stay close, but he's actually been caught just behind Andrew Johnstone here, and we wanted to say, please, for the love of God, just don't hold me up. I need to catch back up to the back of the guy who was just in front of me, Bruce Tannock. That's where his battle eyes are focused. And has done nicely to swing around the outside there to make that pass stick. Well done. You've jumped on board there with Robbie Bradbury.
I have.
How good is that with me with my backwards number reading and quick sussing out, eh? As he is chasing Aaron Goodrick around by a total of a 1 second margin there.
Yeah, cool colours on that car too. Quite
really
like
is.
That metallic light sort of blue.
Do too. And here's where you play the game of chicken with your brakes.
Both of them coming into the lane together. Aaron Goodrick down the lane as well, so that's second and third.
Yep.
And then we've got Aiden Zhao as the next car on the line, which he's going down the front straight now, so he will jump into second spot.
Yeah, and the main screen, Darren Lobb is still leading the main charge.
So yeah, pit lane is a hive of busyness again. Shane White in the lane, Phil Whitting in the lane, along with Bradby and Goodrick, who will just about be on their way out. Grant Bristow joins in, Thomas McCole.
Yeah, there we go. There's some of the boys at the back, and can see here from the front of Phil's car as he's got Grant Bristow just pulled up and parked in front of him. He wasn't too far behind Shane White, so it'll be interesting to see when Phil drops versus Shane. So Phil's up to 26, 27, 28 seconds worth of pit. 30 now, 32, and on his way. And Shane quite a bit slower there. on the timing, that is, 28.8, 2-second margin. So that's him already done and dusted and rolling out there under full steam ahead.
Leo Duncan in his pit stop there has managed to jump Bruce Tannock. We did see Bruce take a bit of a longer stop, so maybe he's got enough fuel to go a lot deeper than Leo. But they've both made their first pit stop anyway, and Leo currently in the 4th position, first car that has made his first pit stop.
Yep.
So looking back from Eamon Young here.
Yep.
Looking back to Michael Dow.
No, Mr. Van der Haas.
Oh. Funny, I've got him about 4 spots in front of Eamon Young on my data.
I'm showing can confirm. Eamon Young up 7 spots in 16th, with Michael Van der Haas just behind him, up 5 from where he started this evening.
Roger Corbett down the lane too, so he's come in from P4.
Yep.
P3, sorry. Interesting, no fuel stop yet for Andrew Johnston. He is still going, so he's done 16 laps, so I'm guessing he's probably going to be in the next time around.
Wow.
Michael Van der Haas and Michael Dowell, or Ross Watson, all need to make a pit stop. It's been an issue for Leon Weir. He's back in the lane again, though that's his 2nd pit stop. Oh, he's been sitting there for 3 minutes, so yes, obviously an issue.
Actually, yeah, so Leon had an issue here on lap 15. So he'd had a wee crash moment before that, and it looks like it's not fared well, had a wee off-track moment, still not good, and he's decided to tow to the pit. So let's have a look at what the crash was that it says he had.
Already got damage on the car there. That front left looking a little worse for wear.
A bit earlier on, here is an off-track moment from Leon. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, Adrian Zhao now in for his 2nd pit stop, so he's in 2nd position. So Darren Lobb hasn't even made 1 pit stop yet, and Adrian Zhao is in for his 2nd.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, he's in for his 1st. Sorry, my bad. What's going on there?
Yeah, Adrian in for his 1st, yeah, along with Andrew Johnstone and Cullen coming in here now. His first 1, 2. So Darren Lobb, the only one out there currently lapping, still on the same tank that he started with and the same tyres. So 18 laps underway. Certainly, excuse me, can't have much more left sitting in the tank now.
No, it'd just be near on fumes, I reckon, but I know we all know that Darren is pretty good at saving fuel as well.
Indeed. Yeah, one thing I'm a wee bit surprised about, there has obviously been a few dramas this evening, a few people ending up having to tow, but nothing really significant happening between drivers. So wonder if we will get to see the beautiful Mrx safety car this evening as Darren Lobb comes in pretty much right bang on cue. Car will be coughing almost as it rolls into its pit lane as it just ticks over lap 19 now and brings up what will be the 38 minute and 45 second lap time as he stops in behind the iRacing safety car. And we certainly won't be seeing that one tonight, I can assure you for that.
Leo Duncan takes the lead of the race, so he's up 5 spots.
Here we go, and we see Darren just ticking over 32 seconds now, 33, 34. It's going to be a long one, 36 seconds on the nose. And dropping back in just behind Hogan Shrimpton by actually a wee margin. He's nearly 3 seconds behind Hogan Shrimpton there. So Darren Lobb leading the race all so far, but certainly the driver who has milked every amount of worth out of that oily rag that must have been left sitting in his tank to do 19 laps of the race, and can confirm he wasn't too far off the timings there as well. I was actually doing not too bad, to be fair, on that last few previous laps.
Yeah, he's going to be looking to come in, and he's not going to have to take a lot of fuel to get home on his second stop. So he stayed out longer than everybody else by, wow, looks to be 4 laps roughly, 3-4 laps more than those guys in front of him. That's for sure. So they all came in lap 14, and Darren came in lap 19. So Dane Nordruth, he came in lap 4, obviously, when he had some damage, and he's still out there at the moment. So you'll look to see he's probably going to have a handful of laps left before he's going to have to come in and take his second stop, and he'll be fueling for home from there as well.
Just a matter of staying cool, calm, and collected, and just let the race come back to you now, isn't it?
It is, yeah, that's right, yeah. And if you're looking for something else to watch this week, Dougie, HPR series on Thursday night, heads to Road Atlanta. And this weekend on Sunday, the second round of the Mrx Enduro Cup. Servers are up around 10 AM. Race starts at lunchtime, so if it's meant to be a bit of a crappy weekend this weekend, and I believe you are doing the broadcast for that, are you not, Dougie?
It is all me, brother. It is all me. Same as last year. Shane did the broadcast for the 500, and he needs someone with some bigger pants to be able to do the 1,000. So he's enlisted my help once again. I've said no, it's okay. I was looking at making my debut appearance in the V8 Racing Syndicate after just accomplishing 1,000 laps of Bathurst this year of hard training. It had all just been undone like a little ribbon on top of a parcel, and here I am for you folks, ready and waiting Sunday. So maybe next year my debut at 1,000 on track. Never know.
Yeah, well, that's always turns out to be a pretty awesome race. Me this year. I was silly and agreed to sober drive some friends to the league on Sunday in Christchurch, and the weather looks absolutely terrible, so I'm really excited for sitting at Apollo Project Stadium there in Christchurch with a southerly in my face. But it's awesome. I get to see SJ one last time, so I'd stand in a snowstorm to see that man play one last time, that's for sure.
Nice.
And by SJ I mean Sean Johnson. So yes, I would. I'd love to meet that man. He's retiring this year. So thanks for the years, SJ. Nothing to do with sim racing at all, but I got it out. You want to shut me box there, Dougie? I just want to check on incident points.
Let's do that one. So I just actually had a look. I wasn't aware, but this Leo Duncan to me is a new addition, and also sporting the Diesel D Services livery that Jason Cossey and Tony Lynch run. So if anyone out there has got any information on Mr. Leo Duncan and how he ties into into what is now the three-way of the boys, it'd be interesting. I always like to know a bit more about our drivers and where they come from and how they fit into the fold of sim racing, what they do, real racing or not. Let us know, Leo. Someone. Pass on the goodies.
Somebody answer the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just having a look at the incident points. So tonight, 25 incident point limit. And we've got 4 drivers in the 20s. Not going to name any names.
But they've rhymed with...
one of them's actually left.
Okay.
One of them's just cleared a meatball. And he is actually on 33 incident points. So he would have already had a drive through that driver. So, yeah, so 2 of those drivers in the 20s have something to do with some chassis in New Zealand. And another one has a name that sounds like a famous All Black. But yeah, that's so yeah, 25 incident point limit. So there's a couple of drivers on the cusp of maybe needing to take a tour of the pit lane.
Yep.
Darren Lobb just smashing out the fastest lap of the race that last time by 2 at 2:06.45.
Yes, he was putting down a bit of a push before. I think he was desperate to get back into what was a position just ahead of Hogan Shrimpton. So doing
he's just over a second faster last time by than Bruce Tannock, current leader of the race, who's just coming up behind. Looks to be no. There's an 017 and a 17 out there, so I was just a little confused there. Now I can't find the 017.
So 017 is second place, Leo Duncan.
Oh right, so he's just got.
It looks like he might have just encountered some computer issues, because his name was just falling a bit slightly further down the grid order. He's now showing as P4, and I can't bring up any camera for him, P5, so I would say something has happened to him. Which is very unfortunate. Has he suffered a packet loss?
Yeah, it looks his ping's gone over 100 and his quality is pretty low.
Okay.
So he may come back into it. Obviously, he hasn't left the building as such. Keep an eye on that though. But yeah, you're right. He has dropped off the face of the iRacing world currently.
And not that it's any fault of iRacing, so that's usually an internet-related thing. But we'll take the opportunity to acknowledge iRacing and the platform that they've provided to us to race on. Certainly our pick above the rest, and we certainly enjoy being a part of the iRacing community and being able to bring you this awesome V8 racing here tonight for what is round 1 of the Mrx Enduro Cup.
Round uno.
Remember, 10% off all aluminum products from Mrx Race Sims for the month of November.
Sorry, was that alloy?
Yeah, all of those tin alloy, tin aluminum products.
Yeah, easy to ship, so it comes in a flat pack.
It's
and then
easy to what?
You can easy to ship. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, easy to ship, so in a flat pack, turns up at your door, Dougie, and then you jump on the old YouTube and you watch a video of Nick putting one together.
You do?
You only have to do that once, because when you start putting them together for a job, you get pretty good at it.
Yes.
And it doesn't take long. But
it
it's
is
really satisfying when you
Yep.
build it up, and it's so sturdy. Like, it's
mind-boggling.
Yeah, awesome. It is.
When you hold all these individual pieces, you sort of think to yourself, "There's no way. Get out of here!" Like, it's not going to happen. But I tell you what, go and slot a few of those bad boys together, and it's sort of like a cool version of adult Lego, or like the old Meccano for kids.
No.
Yep. Get out your 10mm and tighten away. It's she's certainly good, and it's got quite a fair dinkum amount of adjustability to like the old wheelbase setup there, and I've got my seat here sitting on a slider, which was happily provided to me from Mrx Racing as well. So I've got my...
Did I not give you one of those?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, yeah. You actually ordered a few extra bits too, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, there was... we got a couple of bits and pieces.
You got the keyboard tray, the computer tray.
Yep.
You got a cup holder.
I have a cup holder. I got the
toolbox.
The headphone holder. I don't have the toolbox. No.
Double's good as a little chili bin too. You put an ice pack in there, keep your beer cold.
Yep, I've got that. I've what else I've got sitting on here? I've got the wee mouse, the mouse tray. The old, not the one that captures mice, but where you put your computer mouse onto it, and it's actually, for me, my mouse is nowhere near it, but it's doubled as a really cool sort of like holding shelf for my my own personal homemade vented air duct, which is a computer fan. It's a bit of extraction ducting, so when the fan turns up, it blows air through the aluminium duct and straight towards my lap and chest to keep me cool.
It keeps you cool from the waist down.
Yes, which is certainly important when you're sitting on a vinyl race chair.
Oh! You moved to that at the right time, didn't you? Bit of action there. Chris Zapasich and Tony Lynch.
Stefan Adams.
Stefan? Oh, that's unfortunate, isn't it, for both of those? Off the track, lose a few positions.
Yeah, certainly unlucky there. What I will do is I'll have a look and see if I can unpack as to why that happened.
Yeah, what, why, how? He just changed to it, eh? And there was a pass going on, and it looks like a little bit of a lock-up. Oh, he's hit the grass. Just no stopping there. He's just gone a little bit further right than I think he intended.
Yes.
So yeah, it doesn't look like too much damage to either of the two cars either. So they got out of that pretty well, I think. Just the hurt feelings from losing a few spots.
Yes, indeed. Heath Mahone from New Zealand. Currently following AJR around the track here. What I can say is I'm gonna bring him up. Look at this. You ready? Not last.
Not last. Well done. And who was our other prediction? Dion de Graaf, 5th place. So he's in the top 10 where he very predicted he'd be. But yeah, Bill said he necessarily didn't want to be last. He just wanted to finish. That's a great attitude to have from one of the older heads in the group.
Very much so.
Yeah, who you supporting tonight? Buddy, chuck it in the chat. Let's see it.
You know who my vote's for, eh?
Me.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Oh, look at that! Someone's left some massive black lines through the sand trap out there. But Bruce Tannock, 3.5 second lead currently over Darren Lobb. Small margin back from Darren to Mr. Shrimpton. Couple of seconds gap there. Jason Cozzi was in 4th spot, now coming through to take his second pit stop for this evening. So we're quite interesting to see if these guys are able to finish on just doing the 2 stops, whether a third is going to be needed by all. What's your thoughts there, Corey?
Copy paste. What was the question again?
Whether or not everyone will be able to finish on having made only 2 stops, or whether a third is going to be on the cards for everyone tonight.
Oh, I think everyone should get home on 2 stops. It should be roughly around 42 to 44 laps. I'm guessing. So anyone that's coming in now should be able to get. Oh no, they won't. You've got to get 18. Well, we've seen Darren get 18 laps, 19 laps out of his first tank. So yeah, we're close enough to being able to get home from here.
Rightio.
Maybe, hopefully. Just 35 minutes. I'm guessing a full tank could get you home.
And obviously mindful there's still 35 minutes of racing, and there was Darren obviously came in at about the 38, nearly 39 minute mark, and obviously from there so there's still another 11 minutes of racing that's happened since then. Or not? No,
yeah.
9 minutes of racing on top of that. So that's why I was wondering whether everyone's going to be will be able to get home in 2, or whether we'll be seeing some people trying to do a three stop strategy race.
We see Leon get back out on track, did he?
No.
Oh, he's just sitting down here. I'm going to drag him in. Let's unpack what happened. Find out.
Okay.
Leon, where? How are you, mate?
Hello.
How you going there, bud?
How are you?
Bit of a rough rough night.
Yeah. Too major, mate. Just just a wee bit of binnings and pretty average call from race control as well. It left me a wee bit peeved off, but nothing too major, mate. I just wasn't feeling it, so I just gave it up and said no, I'm going on.
Okay.
Sometimes you got to do that. You just got to park it up and take a deep breath, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I'm a lot calmer now that I've taken a wee chill, taking a wee chill pill, and taken 5. So yeah, no, I'm glad I did. I was just getting a bit peeved off, so pulled her up, said no, that's it.
That's the right attitude to have. You didn't stay out there grumpy and ruin anyone else's race from a mistake or anything like that. So.
And you want to know the most important thing? I stayed calm on the comms, mate.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Because there's a lot of people that just go absolutely barreling down the end of it, and it's oftentimes it's there, it's not as clear cut as what they're yelling over the radio. So, but I mean, it's all part of it, isn't it? So, yeah, one of those nights, mate.
But you've just been sort of watching from down there in the chat. See if there been much chat down there.
No, not particularly. Nothing too much going on. I've been keeping an eye on the boys. Keeping
Dan's been having a grand evening. Your apologies to you for the unfortunate end to your race, which I will just pick your brain quickly in a minute about. But Dan, up 31 spots, we're sitting there in P9.
Yeah, how good.
And currently just trying to make it a wee bit of ground, or just trying to hold off a bit of an attack from Rogie Forbert, who we know is quite the battler, old Rogie's, and that's but Dan, ninth spot. Absolutely commend him.
Yeah, sure. That's a bloody. Yeah, I know Rogie's on pretty fresh tyres as well, so it's another one to chuck into it.
Well, actually, while we've got you here, and you were having a bit of a chat to the boys down there before, because we were trying to work this out. Darren was obviously the one who's managed to go the furthest on fuel to begin with. It just rolled over the 19 lap mark, and that was just under the 40-minute marker. Looking like people are going to have to make a third stop. Likely, not likely? What's your thoughts?
Not overly likely. Like, if you were to come in now, you're right on the cusp, but it looks like the boys are right where they need to be. If like the pit window's open now for them, so depending, like I heard murmurs of a safety car potentially, so that could also throw us spanner in the works. But as it sits, most of the boys there are looking pretty good. I would have been, because I had to come in early, because a wee bit of damage. I had to come in a wee bit early, and I would have been really tightening the belt at this point, trying to save a wee bit of fuel so I could make it work, I'd imagine. But yeah, no, I think the rest of the boys are doing okay, just going with a two-stopper. I don't think anyone will, unless they have a real big mare, then we might be looking at different things.
All good. So, I was just keeping an eye there on Dan, so he's just come in and had his second stop there now. He's just currently back to position 22. Still up the 18, but out of the number of the guys who have already had their second stops, I'd say he's probably not too far off from being close to, imagine that top 14, top 12 maybe for a finish.
Yeah, and a bloody good innings for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in a field this big as well. There's a lot of people, driving around. That's for sure.
Indeed. And we've got Bruce Tannock and Hogan Shrimpton in now, just taking their second stops, along with Dion de Graaf, Luke Allman there. So it is starting to heat up. You're right. You're pretty much bang on the money of saying people coming in. Now, I did, whilst you were saying how calm and cool and collected you were after your earlier incident, re-showed the clip that we had already had reviewed earlier, just for the folks at home there. I would say a very unfortunate racing incident between yourself and Peter Vanderberg.
Oh yeah, no, that one, yeah, no, that's not too bad. Like, that was just is what it is. And Pete, he falls on a sword really quickly.
Yeah.
He 100% threw his hand up and said straight away, and like, he even called himself over comms to race control as well, because I thought, no, we're just going to leave it. And he actually called himself in, so it just goes to show the caliber of dude he is, for starters. It was an earlier one at Canada Corner there, I think with Jason Costi, I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah, car came back on track, and then I called it into race control, and they weren't so keen on it. So that's the one that got me peeved. But the one between me and Pete, yeah, that was just, is what it is. And it sounds like we've just had a safety car.
Oh, really?
Oh yes, we have. Yep, safety car.
It's the video!
Picture.
I'm so happy I got to play that video. You know what? I'm going to do it again.
Just made a second pit stop, so he's going to go to the front. But everybody's going to come get enough fuel to get home now, and we're going to look for probably a less than 25-minute sprint race, basically, at the end. There you go. I called it first, Scott, before you say that.
Fantissimo. So, lots of people reacting to coming into the pits. Darren Lobb's taken his one as well, and yeah, actually mighty fine effort by a lot of those guys.
Yeah, you guys are going to get their lap back.
I was going to say there wouldn't be too many that are going to be having to be waved around. Is that right, Leon? From what you can see?
From what I can see, yeah, there's a couple that are a lap down. We've got position 23 through to 32 are all one lap down.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
you know, there's a couple of people there, but yeah, it looks like we're on. Bruce Tanek at the front, Darren Lobb, Chris Zalewski third.
I think he might be out of sync.
Ah, sorry, yeah, Robbie Bradbury, was it? No? Oh, no, so I see what's happened. My results are all a bit funny because of the safety car.
Yeah, everybody's going into the pit lane, and wherever the control line is, it'll be throwing everything out. Got Bruce Tanek, Darren Lobb, Hogan Shrimpton, Aaron Goodrick, Dion de Graaf, Luke Ullman, Robbie Bradbury, Peter Vanderberg, Tony Lynch, Adrian Zhao. That'll be your top 10 as it sits currently.
Yeah.
Nice. And here we are on board the Mrx NASCAR.
Yeah, how deep is that dash?
That's that there has got all of the yeah, that's got
all the brains.
That's got all the dash. You'd hate to throw your parking ticket to the front windscreen in there, eh? You'd never get that back. You'd have to send a small child to the front to reclaim it.
Yeah, I would have one of those like little grabby arm things, you know, the things with like a trigger on them that you can sort of pick stuff up with.
Yes.
All the parking tickets you get, you need something like that. Just handy. Surely.
You don't want to touch them, eh?
Yeah, no, not really. Because then they got their fingerprints on them, and that's evidence, and that sounds terrible. Another thing, you can have a picnic there. You can put your Sammys, your orange juice, your wee blankie up there, and have a picnic with family. Decent amount.
Yeah, you definitely eat your dinner up there, that's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. What else can we do on the stash?
There's certainly a lot of real estate.
How are we looking?
Yes, I hear the NASCAR was limited to 15% fuel, so I hope it doesn't have to stay out there too long.
We're gonna we were thinking next time, just for Nick's sake. So I know the NASCAR has a lot of power, and he's had some dramas before with that car having a wee bit too much power. So we're gonna power limit him next Enduro.
Oh, is that so things like this don't happen when you try and do a burnout out of pit lane, because you've got all the powers and you're driving in a straight line, and then all of a sudden the car's doing a 180 on you?
I think you find that it went all the way around, Doug, so that's a 360.
Oh, there we go. Whoa. look at those cars go by.
Yeah, they're going to want to get that lap back as quickly as they can, so that'll be flat out.
So this is essentially now one lap till green if people are getting waved by.
Yep. Indeed.
It looks like everybody has been down the lane and sorted themselves out. There's actually a few guys that have just saying they've stopped once, but I think my SDK's been telling me porkies.
Yeah, I think you'd be definitely saying that they would have needed to put some fuel in by now.
Yeah, the only person I've got showing as having one stop is Heath Mahone, but I think that's SDK just being a little bit on the screwy side of life.
Yeah, wee bit dodgy, eh? You just went to that one, didn't you?
I did.
Don't mind me.
What I'm surprised about though, is looking back from the Mrx safety car here, and I suppose Corey's shot there probably shows it a wee bit better. Why is there such a significant margin between those cars? Why are they not bunched up?
That is the age-old question, my friend. The age-old question.
Is that because, and Corey, I'm just going to minimise you again very briefly, is that because people are worried because they may be sitting on X amount of unsafety-like driving points and they're worried about potential telling off and drive-throughs?
Yes, I would say so.
There's one still with a black flag on 27 incident points, hasn't served it yet. Obviously, can't serve your black flag under yellow, I believe, so he's going to have to wait till after then. Another driver has done 27, so he's already been through the lane. He has a name like a ex-famous All Black. And then there's a bunch of drivers on 21, 20, 19, so there's quite a few on the cusp, including one of the leaders on 17 points. So he'd be wanting for a clean one.
Surely, yeah. With about 20 minutes left to go, so we'll be getting pretty spicy, I'd say. I mean, I'm sure if anyone can do it, then Bruce would be capable of holding on for those last 8 points or so. But yeah, there are some real tricky corners here where it's really easy to pick up an off track. So I certainly felt it. I think I was getting pretty close. We were 14 when I got off the track. I think 4 of those were from Pete. So I had quite a few of wee run-ins off the track there.
Yep.
But I'm sure he can do it. But yeah, getting up there.
Oh, Scott, you deleted your message there. Yes, SDK is a paid app.
I guess that's
delete message, but yeah.
I ran out of brakes, did they?
No, I think he was just making sure that he was well and truly clear of the field so that they can call green racing on the driver, who is Bruce Tannock.
I like what I said better.
I am going to go here. I'd like what you said as well. I'm going to sit here because Scott's saying go to Hogan. Not like go now kind of go, but just cheering him on. And Bruce is gone, so here we go.
There you go, here he's gone.
He's got a good jump. He's taken off over half a second on lobby currently.
And he is on board with Aaron Goodrick, who reacted probably just as smartly as Hogan, and he's going to tuck himself right fair dinkum the drafter of this one. The Jigsaw chopper cam shows us that they are well and truly in the thick of it. Let's have a bit of a look, make sure we see our drivers get back underway nicely. Good. Down the middle stretch here now, drag race on between Aaron and Hogan. Dion's in the midst of it as well. Don't tap him under brakes. Finally executed. Very cool and yet intense battle between those guys.
Jono and Jason Cossey are just having a good wee battle as well. This has been really cool. Oh, he's going for the under. Oh yes, here we go. You don't want to get hung out to dry on the outside here. You really got to have a lot of grip there to be able to get it done. But sometimes means you can get a wee bit faster on the exit, and he is staying right there, isn't he?
Indeedy day.
As we've seen quite often this season, Dr. Death can hold his own.
Jono has been bloody rapid, mate. The improvement from not that long ago has been massive, so he went pretty deep there, though. That's a wee bit deep, but he managed to pull it up. Attaboy.
Yeah, so himself and Luke Orman being Div 1 rookies this year, so both of them performing very, very well this season.
Yep, absolutely.
That's actually something we could bring in for next season, anyone that comes up from Div 2 to Div 1, we could run a bit of a rookie competition.
Indeed.
I like that idea. Oh, here we go.
Rookie of the season.
It's a sprint, isn't it? So these boys are giving it all. Oh, that is very well done, Jono.
Oh, I thought you were going to say very well done, Doug, for not letting foliage cams spoil the battle.
Foliage cam's very important, mate.
Yeah, good little pack of cars here too. So it's
Yeah.
P9 through to sort of looks to be Dan Nolan P15
Crikey.
there. And
Here we go. It's all going to go down here.
He's gone out the side. We've got a
one's off,
car
one's Jono's still hanging on around the outside.
Yeah.
This battle is awesome.
Yeah, I'm on board. Roger Corbett in behind them, and it is going off.
Oh,
You want
sure.
to bring your picture up there, Dougie. But they're still going at it.
Yeah, Roger's going to have a look too. He may get it done on Jason Cossey here. No, he's going to have the outside coming into this next corner.
He's managed to hold off Roger.
Dan Nolan's going to see the opportunity there.
Get in there, Dan. Get in there.
Yeah, this is wheel-to-wheel racing. This is
This is
great
the stuff.
stuff.
Let's see who makes the best of this. Of course, Jono's going to... Oh, he's got the flashy light. Was that
There's no point in flashing your lights at Dr. D. He can't see them.
Definitely not. Was that a well done, or was that a stop it? Oh,
Oh, that's deep down there.
righty.
Oh!
Oh, he did the exact same thing to me earlier, and that's what I was talking about. The exact same move.
Oh, come on,
Crack
Dan,
there,
get
come
through it,
back
mate, get through it.
Oh,
Oh!
Oh,
well done though. That is great car positioning there. Just like that. He's coming back for it. Jason's going back for it.
look at the front.
Oh.
That's,
That's the front pack.
Lobby's got to the front, so he's got around Bruce Tannock there somewhere, and these top 8 cars are all within about 2 seconds of each other. 2.5 seconds at the moment. And
Don't worry
with,
about them. We've got a great battle happening back here. Don't worry about the top guys.
well, with joys of picture-in-picture, we've got it, wherever you want to look, really.
By the magic of TV. Oh, crikey, here we go. Here we go. Got a late braking there by Dan. Can he pull it up? Oh, and there was someone
behind him!
Is that Tony Lynch? Oh, and Jason's round. Jason's round.
There was a big accident there behind them as well.
Two
So a
digital
couple of
bogans.
cars, late on the brakes.
Yeah, 2 digital bogans went off at the same time. Oh, that was such a good battle.
So, out of all of that's left, we've got Jono and Roger still battling that. Dan is a couple of seconds off from that one, and he's got Shane White 2.5 behind that. So, all of that, what was down into the finite hundredths of a second, it's all been undone by a bit of a late braking action. So let's see if I can bring up what may have happened between a few of our drivers.
There was nearly a Brucey taking out a Mr. Lob there, I think.
Yeah, you don't want teammate on teammate action, do you?
No.
Although I don't think the team points work in the Enduros, do they?
No.
No.
No, they do not.
So who do we think might have been in the midst of that? Andrew Johnstone or Grant Bristrow? Eamon Young? Eamon Young was certainly involved.
It was Eamon Young. Eamon Young was definitely
Right, I'm going to have a quick looky here at what happened.
Yeah, so it looks like that passion car trying to go up the inside here, so it's on the brakes now. Eamon Young going to be a little bit of contact, and then that's all over from there. We've seen this in the HPR last week with a flying Dylan Petch going right in front of Aaron Goodrick, and it's a similar situation. Yeah, behind the cars this time, and here he goes around.
Yep.
No contact with the wall, so that's very fortunate. But
Yeah, and
still,
then Jason unfortunately did it by himself too. Yeah, it's looking pretty spicy up the front at the moment, isn't it?
it is these still the top 8 cars. They're all about 3 seconds, just over 3 seconds between the top 8s at the moment, and then a 4.5 second gap back to Adrian Zhao in 9th.
Not that they're putting on the supercharger, pushing her on around the outside. But yeah, let's have a looky here. So, thus,
very wide.
Is that a Mr. DeGraff, was it?
Was indeed.
Oh, Aaron's getting pretty close to him. Might have given him a wee love tap there. There we go. Let's see what the draft's like. I know Dion's run some pretty low wing here, but let's see what it's like. He's got a good toe from the person in front of him as well. And Hogan up. He's trying to break the toe. Those are some pretty fast trees, I must say.
They are.
Yeah, we watch tree racing here.
It's good. Dion turned up to Wreckfest a few Sundays ago. Had great fun taking him out, and being it was quite fun.
Isn't it nice being able to just take people out and not have to stress about taking your mates out on iRacing?
Yeah, and surprisingly enough, for Wreckfest, wheel-to-wheel racing is actually a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Aaron Goodrick here is one that regularly turns up on a Sunday for that action.
A Sunday for that action, bro. Man, Dion is managing to stick with Hogan while the two out at front seem to be, making that gap a little. Oh!
I just see that nose coming up underneath the back of Dion's wing there.
Yep, that was pretty close.
Dion just fishing for a little bit of fresh air under brakes, and also just reminding Aaron behind him that not to go having a look if he was considering it, but nearly worked in the opposite favour for him as Aaron was putting some Rosetown Motor Group sponsorship on the back of that Simlax entry car.
A little bit of white on that black rear bumper, you reckon?
Yeah. I don't know if Aaron's car started off with yellow headlights, but it's certainly got it now after that last interaction.
It ain't brown nosing, it's yellow nosing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gap, these front two have just pulled out a little bit of a gap on that rest of that front pack now. 1.4 seconds Bruce Tannock back to Hogan Shrimpton, and it's still back to 8th place, is still 1.6 seconds gap.
Yeah, still a pretty tight wee pack there, isn't it?
It's fantastic to see with just under 8 minutes of racing to go.
Yeah, for sure. And it's really cool seeing some quite a few new names in the top 10 there as well. Adrian Zhao, Robbie Bradbury, Leo Duncan was in there at one point. But yeah, really cool to see some new names from down there. Phil Whiting, he's obviously pretty fresh.
Yeah. Now, actually, you just mentioned a name there who I'd asked earlier if anyone at home knew anything much about, and unfortunately for him, he was sitting there sort of between first and second spot there for a while. Leo Duncan, but sporting the Diesel D Services Limited.
Yep, indeed.
Do you have a bit of a knowledge on him, where he's come from, what his affiliation is to the other two or the group?
Yeah, I know that he was brought along the Digital Bogans there and Diesel D boys. he was brought along by them, and they said, yep, no, he probably should go to Div 1 pretty much straight away. And we're like, oh, and yeah, he fits right in. Obviously, that it was
Cool.
yeah, bloody cool to have a new name to be able to race around us. He seems to be quite similar on pace to me on a lot of tracks. He's definitely faster on some tracks. And he seems to race really nicely. So I'm all for that. Absolutely.
Yeah. Now here's something that I certainly haven't spoken to the old admin group about, but I'm sure Leon could probably get on board with.
Here we go.
Obviously being local Christchurch lads, and we've got some pretty cool places out here now around Christchurch that have the old racing sims set up there, where you can go and cut some pace and turn some mustard on the old tracks of iRacing. I'd be quite keen to see some people get out there at the moment and go along. I believe they're doing the fastest lap at Bathurst, aren't they?
They are, yeah. They are indeed, and they're giving away some pretty cool stuff as well. So I think there's a big package on up for grabs.
I was going to say we should certainly try and make a face down there and try and capture a few of those names that are at the top of the list, and try and get them invites along to SuperCars NZ, or at least point them in the direction. Maybe we could do a couple of wildcard entries for our big Bathurst race on Sunday.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it might be worth popping down there to X-Golf Havenhead or X-Golf Parklands for a drink and a wee jam. We might be able to get some more people come along.
Indeed.
Get some names out of there, and maybe we need to make up business cards, man. Start handing them out.
I've still got about maybe 1,800 Racing Sims business cards that I never gave out.
We'll just put a.
So you just have to put a cross through it.
Yeah, I just got to cross out the email. Everything else is correct.
Okay. But no, I mean, if there's anyone out there that watches the vids and wants to go and cut some laps in a V8 supercar and see just how challenging this is, or at least give themselves a bit of a taster on what the boys might be putting themselves through for 1,000 kilometres of racing on the weekend for the Mrx Enduro.
How cool would it be if they had like a league night where you could just go and you didn't have a sim, but you want to get amongst it, you might get a discounted price if you come and race in SuperCars NZ or something.
Yeah, that'd be kind of neat.
There's certainly things that we could do about broaching some of those companies and making a mention to that. And the lucky thing that we've got that we're also affiliated to here at SuperCars NZ is obviously the big New Zealand collective of our racing teams, so not just limited to our V8s, so we've got our GT3 and hypercars that we run, and on other nights the boys are out there doing their thing, and from TCRs through to what else they put
at the moment you got
Porsches. They do the Dirt
Porsche
series.
Cups on Monday. Yeah, Porsche Cup Mondays. If you want to enter oval racing, you got Sim Motorsport NZ on Wednesdays with their oval series, which is just about finished with their regular season. So they'll be starting a summer cup, I guess they do every year as well.
So
and then if you're into getting dirty, then BRA have got stuff that they regularly run on Thursday, Fridays, and Sundays.
Yeah, they run midgets and sprint cars. So there's a lot happening here in New Zealand at the moment, and it's just a matter of you going and finding a simulator and having a go. But a lot of those places are running obviously the iRacing setup, so you don't have to worry about going out there and spending the money on it. You could simply get on down and jump on and test out exactly what the guys are doing here, and if it's something you like, then get in touch with us. We can certainly help you on your way to get a sim. And if you don't want to get in touch with us, you can at least pop down to Napa Auto Parts, spend $100 on some Navara and what was the other one, Corey? Projector lighting fittings and components, bits and pieces, and get yourself into a draw for a Mrx racing simulator. So
Yeah, every $100 you
Ooh, Aaron
spend.
Goodrick just gone wide, taking a wee trip in the grass. Lucky to stay off that wall. We've already seen a car hit that one today, that tyre wall there.
Indeed, it was actually Mr. Hogan Shripton. There were the two very similar white and dark coloured cars there. Is that the white flag being waved in the background by our man on the start? Yeah, that looks like
Yes, it is.
white flag. How is it that I'm the only one out of all the people that do this bloody thing that can capture the white flag?
Sure luck, Dougie. You were there at the right time. As we see Darren Lobb down in the bottom right, he's 2-second lead over Bruce Tannock here for the final lap. He's just going to see how long he's going to wait that for. It's going to instantly change to a checkered flag in about just over half a lap's time. So we'll see how quickly. I believe we called him Gary. Did we call him Gary tonight?
Yep.
That one.
Gary the flag man.
Yeah, he's got a good right hand.
He has.
Or right arm, we'll call it. Yeah.
I like the flogging motion.
What's going on in his headphones? It's Sorry about that.
I can live with that.
Yeah. Or is it blow my whistle, bitch? Beep, 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 beep. Sorry.
Oh, instant death. Sorry, I'm dying. Oh.
Not too far to go.
And yeah, presto changeo. He's I'm sure the last car that needed a white flag has gone by. Come on,
I think
Gary.
so.
But we've got Mr. Lob, and I'm waiting for the colour change any second now. Oh, hey! There we go! Stop! Hey! Go, Gary! Fantastic. Well done, Mr. Lob over Bruce Tannock. Aaron Goodrick with a drag race across the line. Oh, that was so close. With Dion de Graaf there. Robbie Bradbury with Peter Vanderberg and Luke Ullman there, bringing it across the line. 7th there. Hogan managing to hold on to 8th spot after that unfortunate slip off the track in the last couple of corners, and finishing off in about the same way as he probably felt earlier on.
Off the wheel.
P9, Roger Forbert, and P10, Adrian Zeal. Flippin-tastic, you guys. Tony Lynch, John O'Gibson, Dan Nolan finishing P13 there for the Jigsaw boys, just ahead of Shane White. So there's got to be some bragging rights in that one for sure. Derek Lovegrove, Tommy McCole, Jason Cossey, Phil Whiting, Nathan Cadman and Dane Northdurf rounding out top 20. Bill Kilger, I'm going to finish in last spot, finished 21st.
We're Bill. And Dion finishing in the top 10 in 4th place, so he also his prediction was pretty cool. I might do that again next week. Find out where they think they're going to finish, and we'll find, see if they're right or wrong.
Get a couple more. Ross Watson, Chris Upsich there, P23. Then we had Michael van der Haas, Graham Pistro, Heath Mahone, Phil Carpenter, Chris Zalewski. Before we meet Andrew Johnston, P29. Jeff Horgan there, P30, doing a nice wee 360. Michael Jones, the number 7 Vodafone entry in 31st spot there, and amongst probably some of our non-finishers, we had Eamon Young, Stefan Adams, Leo Duncan, Michael Dell, Leon Ware, and Taylor Mitchell, Wayne Harnell. Sorry, I didn't want to say his name too loudly, just in case he was still here and feeling the boo-boos of the boo-boo. But we have joining us in the waiting room, P3, Aaron Goodrick. So we shall unlock the side door and invite Aaron in to pull up a pew, and as he whips his shoes off and manhandles the beer that I'm sliding across on, well done. Spot number 3 in your first MRX Mrx Enduro Cup for this series.
Yeah, cheers boys. That virtual beer would taste quite good now. I'm absolutely fucking knackered, to be honest. It was felt like an effort. It felt like a lot longer than an hour and, what was it, hour and a half? Felt like a hell of a lot longer than that.
It's a long race, eh?
Yeah.
Starting P16 for you, Aaron, working your way up to P3, getting on the podium. So well done for that. With a few moments in that race where you potentially didn't think you were going to make it there.
Yeah, it was actually not a bad race. Most of the guys I was racing with were given room and racing door to door, but going too wide and stuff without actually banging doors. So it was good. They had a real mega battle with Hogan and Dion at the end of there. Dion got me on that restart with a dive bomb into 3, so I sent him a dive bomb back into 1 and luckily held it together.
We're just having a look at that replay now under quarter speed, and it certainly looked like a mighty fine dive. And yeah, there was you on lap 39, regaining that spot for P3, and that was after an unfortunate wee departure from Hogan Tripton to take spot number 4.
Yeah, he was quick. He just seemed to have a little bit of a loose-looking car when you're around him, but he was quick in it. I have to give him that much for how loose it looked.
Yeah.
But stoked to be able to come back from 16th. Had an absolutely shocker for quali. So yeah, super stoked that a short full in the first stop came off, and just obviously picked the timing right and short filled the second because of the safety car, and had enough to make it happen.
Yeah. Nice. Well done, though, mate. It's certainly worked into your hand. We've got a couple more of these Mrx Enduro Cup races coming up, and a shout out, and you're obviously a bit of a backer of the Mrx team as well. Mrx Racing Sims doing 10% off all aluminium products for the month of November. So if there's anything you need for your rig there, Aaron, go down the road and give old Nick a tippy tap on the shoulder and say, oi.
I have to admit, this one's, I think, got most of the accessories already bolted to it, I think, to be honest. So Nick's already sorted me out with pretty good deals. But no, the rig certainly did its job tonight and brought home a podium.
You could ask him for some laser engraving of your third spot win onto the side of the chassis.
Yeah, we could do it like they do in Formula 1 on supercars, and we'll fucking laser engrave the chassis rails.
I almost thought you were going to say do it like they do it on the Discovery Channel there for a second.
That would be actually that's a neat idea, Aaron, and I reckon something you could put forward to him is he could make up some of those he could make up some MRX door cards. So you can have it attached to the side of your rig, and you can put all your wee supercar wins on there.
Yeah, doors on my rig might be a little bit of an overkill, We might get looked at a bit sideways by mates, say, when they come around. Whilst harnesses on and a helmet.
I was going to say, they're already looking at you sideways before you go and strap that bad boy on.
There's plenty more things that I could imagine being attached to the rig that would be a little bit more concerning than doors.
Yeah, probably could be actually, boys. Yeah, definitely. So obviously, thanks to Nick and Mrx, obviously, for the sponsorship and sorting out this rig, which we've had for a few years now. So it's bloody going good.
Nice. Well, we appreciate you jumping in, and well done on your third spot podium tonight for round 1, and we certainly look forward to seeing what happens at the next 2 races coming up not too far away in this series through November.
Algrave, the next one. So yeah. Well, thanks, Aaron.
Challenge. I'll just throw out another thank you there to Darren, because I grabbed his set literally a minute before the grid and just fucking drove it, and obviously it did the trick.
Well, there we go. Thank you, Darren.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, Aaron. See you, mate. And we've also got Mr. Bruce Tannock here, our spot number 2 for this evening. How are we, Bruce?
In a word, poked.
You know what? That's quite funny, and I only say that because that's almost the exact wording that Aaron just said to us. He said he couldn't believe that there was an hour and a half's worth of racing.
Just long loaded corners, and obviously grabbing the steering wheel like your life fucking depends on it. It's quite uncomfortable after a while. Safety car obviously just spiced it right up, so Darren was always going to catch me at the end, but he boobarred the fuel and chucked an extra 20 litres in, so but no, that was good. I done a few laps at the track this week and had a bit of pace, so
yep.
Still not quite enough to beat the old wily dog, so but we'll try one. Keep trying.
He certainly doesn't give away all the cards that he has pressed against his chest, does he, old Darren?
Oh, and no, yeah, I mean, literally, it's just as soon as with this track, you got what 3 straights with a big toe.
Yep.
So literally, you can take the inside line and block, and then obviously, as soon as we started dicing, it drew everyone back to us, and then so we had to pretty much agree that okay, well, I'll let him go and then see if I can hang with him. And then honestly, my shoulder was killing me after a couple of laps, and I wasn't going to get close enough unless I dove down at turn 4 or whatever it is, and that would have turned ugly. So.
Yep.
It was a bit of a shame. Hogan had driven so well the whole race, stayed with us,
I know,
and
yes.
he threw it away. I think he threw it away twice there, so he'll be a bit dark on himself.
Yeah, it was interesting the feedback that we had from Aaron, because he'd spent a wee bit of time chasing him for a little bit, and he said that it appeared that his car seemed to be quite loose. It's obviously the way he likes to have his setup, but he feels that was probably part of the reason to the demise of what happened in the end. It was obviously a quick, unpredictable change of balance of the car, and when you're already fighting on a knife's edge, those ones become harder to claw back from. So yeah, a bit of a run wide, about 3 laps before the end, and just dropped back there to spot number 8. So unlucky for Hogan, and it was certainly nice seeing him back and on board and keeping it up along with you two, and putting you guys under a wee bit of strife from time to time.
Yeah, well, I knew at the start, plain and simple, I could either drive off the front and let Darren take the first corner and then sit behind him, but I can't save fuel as well as him, so he was always going to pit me on fuel. So I figured, right, I'll try and go balls out and see if the 2 of us can pull a lead, and then we can. Yep. But yeah, we just couldn't. I think we got Hogan out to 2 and a bit or 2.5 seconds, and then in the pits, I came out of the pits and passed a couple of cars or 1 car on the first lap, and he maybe got caught up behind someone for a couple of corners, and literally that's all it took to go back. But then the safety car drew us all back in, and then obviously Aaron, being in Discord, had a little bit of a 1, 2, 3, here we go, so he was able to get on his ass.
Yeah, so just after that first stop, I think he was waiting to see when you reacted on the drop, or unless it was just almost at the same time, but just unlucky for him that when you departed the pit lane, you had just over half a second on what I believe was Andrew Johnstone from AJR Racing there, and as Hogan came out, he was caught up behind him and really sort of had to battle down that mid-stretch.
Yeah, just having to pass one person who doesn't make it super easy for you. It's not ideal. Right.
Yeah. Yep, and it wasn't given to him easy at all. It was well and truly defended for a couple of corners before he managed to round that up. And by that point, you'd already gone and stretched your legs out to just over 2 seconds on that margin. So it is, like you said, just proof of the pudding. If you're not right on the rear end of that car in front of you, keeping the hound on, it's really hard to make that timing back once you get stuck into a battle of defending and racing someone.
Yeah, I knew as soon as he was out of the tow, it was going to be more of a one-on-one battle, as opposed to in the tow, doesn't matter how quick you are, the person behind gaining 0.1, 0.2 on most of the straights if they get a good exit on the corner. So but no, I mean, that was good. It was, I think that's probably the closest one we've had near the end, with 5 or 6 or 7 cars all dicing until that kind of little breakaway.
It was really good, and I remember you saying towards the I think it was about mid-season, or sort of about middle of last season and the end of the one previously before, that you were between you and Darren, you were seeking a bit of a lift in the game from the drivers, and started to bring that challenge.
Yeah, it's always the way. Like Darren, if Darren has no challenge at all, I'm sure he'd just get bored. And I know he knows he's got that little bit in reserve. You could play it dirty and give him a little touch here and there, and so on and so on. But I think we drove almost 5 or 6 corners side by side. Yeah, it was quite fun. So, but we both had sets set up for officials, which was 20-19 degrees, not bloody ended up at 40. So you had to get a bit of concentration. I think I locked a couple of breaks here and there. So, but overall, like I said, the pain's starting to die down now, so it seems all right.
You won't be having to attack too many Brufins with a bottle of whiskey now.
No, we'll be all right.
Very good.
I wasn't aware it was a bloody Enduro tonight. So what is next week? What have we got? Mugello, and that's back to sprint, is it?
It is, yep. I
Yeah.
think Algarve is the next Enduro Cup race coming up, and
Oh,
that's about 2 or
yuck.
3 weeks away.
Okay. Oh, well.
So yeah, but that's an hour and a half around there. So it's
God.
they've gone and thrown a bit of a spanner. And Corey, you know the what's our third and final round for the series?
Stand by.
It was Algarve and was it
I got it written here. Where am I? Hang on. So Argon next, and then Algarve.
oh, there we go.
Algrave, or whatever the hell you want
Yeah,
to say.
Sorry, so Argon next, and then Algarve last.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Tight little, tight track.
Yep.
Oh, should be fun.
So I thought tonight was a bit of a workout in the 40-degree heat. You're going to go and play some short track warriors for an hour and a half. You might be looking at testing out the ice bath therapy afterwards.
No, just I'm gonna park it for tonight. That's enough, and then jump back in later in the week.
Yep.
Just got a couple of nights off. I still haven't enjoyed GT cars lately, so I haven't really put any time into them. So
No, I think it's one of those ones when your mind focuses on one thing, it's not too much real reason to want to tip between the two.
yeah, I don't know. I just haven't found a good profile on the brake pedal to make it feel nice, and I just get frustrated because I'm like, I used to enjoy the GT car because you could drive it. It wasn't too dissimilar to a V8. It obviously had ABS and everything, but
Yep.
now to me it just feels
They're
bullshit.
just a
Again, I haven't
yeah.
a wild thing, yeah, like
Yeah.
so loose, and then you get the tires warm, and
Yeah.
then the tires are really consistent, but then the braking, I can't seem to get the braking consistent. The technique from the V8 just doesn't transfer that well to the GT car. So
Yeah, I think
we'll give it some time. We'll give it some wait till the Gen 3 and see. I'm 50-50. Hopefully they bring it out so it's similar to drive to this car, so it's not a big change for everyone.
Mhm.
But if they make a huge swing at it and it makes it completely different and it's
Yeah.
like a whole new car to drive, if it's interesting and fun to drive, it'll be awesome. But if it's
Yes.
dog shit to drive, it'll be a real shame.
Yeah, we may have to step back and break out the old Ford Mustang FR 500s.
I don't know. I'm pretty confident. I'm guessing because I mean, when you watch the car, obviously it's got the less downforce and
Yep.
a little bit more straight line grunt and stuff like that. But still, it should be hopefully reward people who've got good car control because they maybe make the car a little bit looser.
Yep.
So when they went from legacy to current V8, obviously they loosened the car up a bit,
Mhm.
and hopefully they'll loosen it up a bit more. So maybe it's you have to do a bit more practice, or you have to have some good car control to keep the thing on the limit. Obviously, the limit between, say, like I think Darren nagged a top 8 or top 9 in Scops on the weekend.
Yep.
So I know that I'm 0.1 or whatever, just that little bit behind him and other guys of that kind of speed, but just to get that consistency, to get that 0.1,
Mhm.
I can match the time in quali, but then over 10 laps, there's just an immense amount of time involved. So
it's minute fall-aways, isn't it?
and it's just hitting your marks every lap because we did comment, me and Darren, we kind of impressed that Hogan stayed with us that long. We were expecting maybe a mistake earlier in the race that he made in the later end of the race, which not throwing stones, but the guys who aren't quite there will tend to make more of a mistake if they're pushing it to stay with you.
Yeah.
Whereas Darren's definitely not driving to his absolute limit, and I was driving to kind of a number to try and keep the people behind me, but wasn't trying to wring the tires off it because there's no point because he was just going to come with a safety car later on. Yeah.
That's very good. Well, thank you
No
very much,
worries.
Bruce. It's been an absolute pleasure once again. And do you want to make any quick shout out to anyone for the through the stream or for yourself, your business?
Just Nick Mrx, obviously, for doing the sponsorship.
Yep.
Sadly, I won't get my hands on the money. I'll Lob will grab that again. But no, obviously I run my Mrx rig, and Nick's always helped me with setup and everything else like that. And just other than that, it's just good fun. The supercars guys are always, like I said, I reckon it's awesome because there are a lot more guys. The pace is getting better and better, you know.
Yeah.
The difference now is just one lap pace versus race pace, whereas the race pace is what. But like you said, you have to spend so much time working on race pace because not many people want to go out and do 15-lap runs in practice because it's just boring as batshit. But sadly, it's the only way to get faster is to do lap after lap after lap after lap, and so it becomes second nature. So Awesome to know. What is it? Only 6 weeks to go, and then the car. Well, it'll be interesting whether or not that turns into the Friday night car, or whether
Yeah.
there'll be still leagues that run the old ones, or whether everyone just goes balls deep in Gen 3 because they've got it right. It'll be cool.
Yeah. Well, we'll certainly be we'll be running the Gen 3 when it comes out, but I would certainly say that we will not see the end of what these Gen 2 series car in the league. They'll always have a home here, so it will
Might
be a
make
good
for an
one.
interesting mixed. Might make for some interesting mixed class racing because one's faster on the straight, one's faster in the corners.
Yes,
And-
we'll,
Got to wonder, like too, like they obviously with Gen 3 coming out, these Gen 2 cars might be sort of matched up with the legacy cars a bit better too. Hopefully, we'll find out.
Well, there's so many leagues when you think about it. Like there's like every night of the week, there's at least one, if not two. So, and then there's obviously the bigger championships, and there's just so much stuff out there.
I know.
I'm sure one or two of them will go, bugger it, let's stick with the old car and or they'll start a league for the old car because people have got such a fond, an enjoyment of it. Might only last 6 months or so. Like I said,
Correct.
I'm hoping they knock it out of the park with Gen 3 and we all love it and it's awesome to drive and it's competitive and the fast guys. Like if all of a sudden someone who you were 2 seconds faster than is suddenly on your bumper, I'll ask them questions and be like, what's going on here if they've almost made it too easy to drive or something like that. But hopefully iRacing doesn't often cock it up, but I personally think they cocked up the GTs when they did that big update because they used to be they used to be fun to drive, and then they just literally took a huge swing at it. Not that I've driven one, but I've asked to drive the Megan Turbo one, but got told, "Nah, you won't fit."
It's called a tub of butter.
Yeah, it's a cool bit of kit though. Yeah, so it's awesome to have one in our company. So
Sure is.
All right, no worries, boys.
We will catch you at the next one, Brucey. Thank you so much.
No worries.
Cheers, Bruce.
See you.
There we go. Another great evening here at SuperCars NZ. Wouldn't you concur, Corey?
Oh, it definitely it worked out in the end, didn't it? And first round of the Mrx Championship, Enduro Championship for spring, done. 2 to go, and they're short track. Well, not as fast paced as this one anyway. So we'll look forward to that. But yeah, plenty more happening this week too. So Road Atlanta for HPR on Thursday, and you'll catch Shano with his brand new PC. So that'll be looking absolutely crisp.
Looking forward to that one indeed. But I'll sign it off here for us tonight. Obviously, we won't forget the shout out to Allports for looking after our main V8 championship. Thank you so much to Allports for just their continued support here. It's monumental. We certainly wouldn't be able to do what we do, or even really where we are today, without the main support that you guys have given us over the last few years. Another one, obviously, for our weekly sponsor, Napa Auto Parts. Please get involved with them. They've done some mean as giveaways with us over the last year and a bit as well. They sponsored the Broadcasting Lounge, so that's for you guys there at home to get on board, get some free goodies from time to time. So it's certainly worth your while being here at the Broadcasting Lounge and a subbed member on that one. And
just quickly before you get off from that, since we're talking sub members, remember, when we get to 500 subs on the Broadcasting Lounge YouTube, there will be a big prize to give away from Napa. It was promised to me over a season ago, so I've been working on getting those numbers up, and there are
I think we're about 390.
400, close to 400. So just over 100. So if you've got a friend, talk them into it. Get them in here. Get us up to 500, and we'll have something really cool to give away. And it's to a viewer too from Napa. So we'll look out for that. Carry on, Doug. I thought I'd get that in before we lose time.
100%. Very much so. Concur with that one. And thank you to iRacing.com for the platform that we race under and able to provide to the viewers at home. Our cool streaming of the boys getting around there on the track and the replicated life tracks and the replicated life vehicles. It's all cool, good fun. And big thank you again to Mrx for sponsoring the Mrx Enduro Cup. Yeah, man, where are we? 10 past 10, quarter past 10, Tuesday night. I think it's a good time to say goodbye. So from me, have a good evening. Corey, thank you once again.
You're welcome.